Hey everybody. With Mother's Day right around the corner and this being the beginning of the month of May, the month dedicated to Mary, it seems like a perfect time to tell you a little bit about the devotion of the 5 first Saturdays. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the devotion. What is it? How do you do it? And why do it? All right? So a little bit about where this devotion came from. Mary appeared to 3 children ages 7 or 8 in 1913 in the town, outside of the little town in Portugal of Fatima. Their names of these children being Francisco, Jacinta, and Lucia. They were very simple shepherd children, and Mary appeared to them on the 13th of each month, starting in May and going through October of that same year. I'm not going to go into the details about it right now, but there's tons to read about this amazing apparition that has been approved by the church. So Mary, in these apparitions, encouraged the children to pray. Now, fast forward, Francisco and Jacinta died shortly after as children, and Lucia became a sister. Fast forward to 1930, and Mary again appears to now sister Lucia and encourages her to do the first 5 Saturdays devotion. So, what is this devotion? I'm glad you asked. So the first 5 Saturdays devotion consists of, on the first Saturday of each month, you can really start it whenever you want, but since Mary appeared to the children starting in May, it seems like a good time to start. But you can keep it going throughout the year if you want. So on the first Saturday of each month, you do a couple things. One, you go to confession, either on the day, the Saturday ideally, or around it, or a week, give or take, of that Saturday. You also receive the Eucharist, again, ideally on that day, but you can go within sort of 24 hours of that happening. You pray the rosary, or 5 decades of the rosary, which is essentially a rosary, not the rosary for 5 decades. That would be impossible. No, not impossible, but continuously, yes. And you spend 15 minutes meditating upon the mysteries of the rosary. So that's it. You go to confession, you receive the Eucharist, you pray the rosary, you meditate for 15 minutes on the mysteries of the rosary. That's it. It's like a Catholic party pack. And at our parish, you can do that Saturdays if you want. You can go to confession starting at 3:30. You can stick around for Mass at 4:30. You can pray the rosary in between those two, and then just take another 15 minutes to reflect on the mysteries of the rosary. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, why Saturdays, you're wondering? That's another great question. You are really smart, and I'm glad you asked that. Well, St. Thomas Aquinas has a great phrase where he said, the day after Good Friday, Mary was the only one who remained faithful. So we've talked a little bit about where this devotion came from, how you do it. Now, why do you do it? Mary told Sister Lucia that when we pray this devotion, God will give us the graces we need at the moment of death to endure whatever trials may come. Sort of like Mary is going to help us bridge this gap as she leads us to Jesus, as she always does. So this is an awesome reason, but there are also other graces that come at why we do it. One, we do it because we love Jesus, and we should therefore love his mother, right? But also, the reason for the 5, Mary tells Lucia, is for 5 offenses that happened to Mary. And so in reparation, or to pray for those who do these 5 things. So these 5 being any blasphemies against Mary's Immaculate Conception, any blasphemies against her virginity. Third, any offenses against her divine maternity, that she is not the mother of Jesus, or that she is not our mother. Fourth, for those who publicly implant, especially in the hearts of children, any influence or disrespect for the Immaculate Mother, for Mary. And 5th, for any of those who directly revile her sacred images. So the 5 first Saturdays helps to, as a reparation, as an act of love, and to pray for all those who do any of those 5 things. But as we head into May and this season of Mary, this month of Mary, it's a great practice. Super easy to do. Confession, Mass, Rosary, 15 minutes of meditation. Not hard to beat that. So I encourage you and those you care about in your families to try this out, to practice the first 5 Saturdays devotion. You might find out you really love it.